In this video we are going to talk about top 10 excursions in Spain. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. The splendor of a caliph's castle, sybaritic sun-drenched Mediterranean beaches, the staccato stamp of a flamenco dancer's heels, and the reverent silence of pilgrims entering Santiago de Compostela's church after weeks of walking El Camino. These tourist destinations, which reflect the nation's turbulent history, rich culture, and alluring natural beauty, are where you may find the essence of Spain. Spain exudes a vibrant energy and a captivating fusion of the past and present, from the sunlight endlessly reflecting off the scales of Gehry's Guggenheim Museum to the bustling street life of La Rambla and Plaza Mayor to the forest of columns and Moorish arches disappearing into the silent expanse of Cordoba's great mosque. With this list of the greatest attractions in Spain, you can organize your trip and find fun things to do. Number 10. The Alhambra and General Life Gardens, Granada. No matter how much you've read about or how many images you've seen of Granada's Alhambra palaces, it will still leave you speechless. The royal palace of the Nasrid dynasty, which ruled Spain during the Islamic era, is the artistic high point of a time when Al-Andalus, as they called Andalusia, stood for the pinnacle of culture and civilization in Europe's Middle Ages. Although the Alhambra complex consists of a number of structures, including towers, walls, gardens, and a mosque, the Nasrid Palace's indescribably beautiful stone carvings, delicate filigrees, spectacular tile-lined ceilings, graceful arches, and tranquil courtyards will stay with you forever. Despite this, the adjacent palace, constructed for Emperor Charles V, is the best example of high Renaissance architecture in Spain, even in its unfinished state. The tiered gardens of General Life also provide a tranquil haven from the opulence and stunning vistas of the remaining Alhambra. Number 9. Barcelona's Sagrada Familia and Gaudí sites. Antoni Gaudí advanced the Art Nouveau architectural movement even, according to some, into ridiculousness. His extravagant and flamboyant buildings in Barcelona have become recognizable monuments and the main draws of this Catalan metropolis. The most prominent is the Sagrada Familia Church, also known as the Holy Family Church of the Atonement or the Temple Expiatory de la Sagrada Familia. It is one of Europe's most unusual churches and is still being built, so from its tower you can observe the work being done below. In Gaudí's Casa Mila, his final and most well-known secular creation, you may look in vain for absolutely straight lines. It resembles a piece of sculpture more than a practical structure. Make sure you climb to its roof, because it is said that Darth Vader's likeness was inspired by the chimneys there. An immersive 10D experience that employs augmented reality, projections, binaural sound, motion sensors, and more than 1,000 screens to transport visitors into the mind and genius of Antoni Gaudí will debut in 2020 at the marvelous Casa Batlló, with its mask-shaped balconies and undulating facade. Number 8. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, Mezquita. One of the largest mosques in the world and the pinnacle of Moorish design in Spain, Cordoba's mosque was once the main mosque of Western Islam and is still known as the Mezquita. The Great Mosque is one of the two most magnificent specimens of Islamic art and architecture in Western Europe, together with the Alhambra in Granada, despite later changes that removed much of its center to make room for a Catholic cathedral. Beginning in 785, development on the structure used elements from Roman and Visigothic structures. By the year 1000, it had reached its current size, with the prayer hall having no fewer than 19 aisles. Anywhere you stand or turn your head, you can see symmetrical patterns in the rows of columns and circular Moorish arches. Number 7. The Prado and Paseo del Artes, Madrid. For the wealth of its holdings, the Prado stands alone among the finest art museums in the world. But when you combine the mile-long, tree-lined promenade of Madrid with the Reina Sofia National Art Museum, the Thyssen-Born Amissa Museum, and the Caixa Forum, you may have the biggest concentration of priceless works of art in the entire world. It makes sense that this is referred to as the Boulevard of the Arts or El Paseo del Arte. The Prado erected another 12 galleries in 2009 to showcase a collection of works by Goya and other late 19th century artists following a 2007 expansion that doubled its exhibition area. The Prado is home to the largest collection of Spanish art in the entire world, which spans an astounding time period from the early 20th century avant-garde movement through masterpieces from Spain's Golden Age by El Greco, Velázquez, and Goya. Number 6. San Lorenzo de El Escorial. The royal summer residence of Spain was San Lorenzo de El Escorial, 45 kilometers northwest of Madrid. In 1563, construction on a massive complex that would include a monastery, church, royal palace, mausoleum, library, and museum was started there with the intention of serving as a memorial to Philip II and his reign. The end product is a mind-boggling array of attractions built around 16 courtyards and connected by 16 kilometers of corridors between its rooms and buildings. The building's focal point is the church, which is highlighted by Herrera's 30-meter-tall retablo built of red marble and jasper and accessed via 17 stairs. Highlights of the monastery include the Panteón de los Reyes, the Baroque burial vault of the Spanish kings, which is a large room with murals by Tibaldi, and the apartments off the lower cloister, which have vaulted and frescoed ceilings by Tibaldi. Number 5. Seville Cathedral and Alcazar. A UNESCO World Heritage Site is comprised of the Alcazar, Seville Cathedral, and La Giralda Tower. According to UNESCO, the tower is a minaret and is a masterpiece of Almohad architecture. The cathedral's interior is larger than St. Peter's Indiana Rome, and its main altar, which is made up of 37-meter-tall carved figures, is entirely plated in gold. A quartet of larger-than-life individuals lift the massive grave of Christopher Columbus. The Great Mosque of Seville, which was destroyed to make room for the cathedral, left only La Giralda, the city's emblem, which was originally a tower. Number 4. Guggenheim Museum, Bilbao. You actually need to see this building in person to fully appreciate it. No photograph has ever done this symphony of shapes, which are so active they almost look ready to take flight, justice. Blocks of limestone and wavy titanium sheets were employed by American architect Frank Gehry to subvert the idea of modern building. Number 3. Santiago de Compostela Cathedral. Since the Middle Ages, travelers have made the beautiful Cathedral of Santiago, St. James, their last destination after finishing the fabled Camino de Santiago. The cathedral was constructed to store and honor the saint's relics. The cathedral, one of the finest examples of early Romanesque architecture, was constructed between 1060 and 1211, and while the outside underwent a Baroque change in the 16th and 18th centuries, the interior retains the most authentic early Romanesque features. As you enter the west front through one of the most stunning church facades in all of Spain, you'll see both of these eras in action. When you enter, you will be facing the Portico de la Gloria, which was previously the old west front but is now hidden by the 18th century front. One of the world's largest and most exquisite collections of Romanesque sculpture can be found in this triple gateway. The beautifully designed Capilla Mayor, which was constructed over the tomb of the Apostle, serves as the interior's focal point. A wooden statue of the Apostle from the 13th century that is lavishly decorated with precious metals and stone sits in the middle of the high altar made of jasper, alabaster, and silver. Number 2. Plaza Mayor, Madrid. Since Philip II gave the responsibility of creating Plaza Mayor to his favorite architect Juan de Herrera, builder of the Escorial, it has been an integral element of Madrid life. It is the pulsating heartbeat of Spain's bustling capital city. It has hosted public entertainment like chivalric tournaments and bullfights, as well as ceremonial events like the coronation of a new monarch, the canonization of saints, and the burning of heretics. The restaurants shaded by its arcades and the cafes extending out onto its stone pavement, which is only for pedestrians, are Madrid's living room and a favorite gathering area for both locals and visitors. Number 1. Plaza de Espana and Parque de Maria Luisa, Seville. The Plaza de Espana is a striking semicircular pavilion encircled by colonnades that was constructed for the Ibero-American Exposition of 1929 to honor the regions of Spain. Overlooking the lengthy pool, which is traversed by bridges, are stunning panels made of colored tiles that each depict a different province in Spain. It's a well-liked location to take a stroll or to rent a boat and row around the pool and below the bridges. The huge Parque de Maria Luisa, a half-mile expanse of gardens, meadows, and shaded paths running alongside the river opposite historic Seville, is centered on the Plaza de Espana. You can take a journey through in a horse-drawn carriage or rent a pedal car. The park is always busy, but on Sundays it is packed with families. The ideal way to view the enormous trees, flower beds, pools, gazebos, and the artificial rock mountain with a waterfall is to wander across the park and take the side routes into the gardens that are encircled by hedges. A modest but well-stocked archaeology museum containing Visigoth jeweled crosses and ancient goldwork may be found at the park's far end. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.